but there's notes of vanilla from. This is why I love a bourbon barrel. I love most spirits that are have been matured in a bourbon barrel. I generally favor bourbon barrels to other other cask influences. It's just because you get that beautiful, beautiful vanilla right at the end there, and it just complements that smoke and peat so well. Well, good day everybody, and welcome to my channel Whiskey Journey. Today I've got another single malt Scotch whisky review for you guys. So I'm going to be continuing with the Cask Whisperer series that I have been reviewing. We're now down to the third sample, which means there's 3 left after this one. And this is the last one that is or has been matured in a bourbon barrel, or has bourbon barrel influence. The rest are all wine casks. So I do look forward to trying these ones. But the one that we're looking at today, so it's a bit of peat. This is from Lochindaal, so basically Peated Bruichladdich, 2007 cask, and it is a 12-year-old matured in a bourbon barrel, and ABV is 55.5%. So yeah, I'm looking forward to some more peat. The Bruichladdich organic that I had yesterday was highly enjoyable. The Octomore, though, in the bourbon barrel for me so far is the winner. But I'm very interested to see what we get on this one. Right, so that's a dram poured. Again, I always get a bit nervous with this because of it's a lot more off the cuff, and I have to kind of think of it when I'm doing this sort of review. I don't have any preconceived ideas. I do know it's going to be peaty, but other than that, I'm not sure what we're going to get. So let's see what we get on the nose on this one first, shall we? Okay, so there's peat, but a lot of fruit as well. So I'm picking up apples. There is some obvious vanilla on this one. Must be from the bourbon barrel. Just lovely. Very fresh. There's some nice earthiness that's coming out as well, some soil. A little bit of barnyard funk as well, so that kind of manure sort of smell to it as well. A tiny bit of alcohol sting on the nose, but that's fine, I don't have an issue with that. A little bit of minerals as well. And a bit coastal as well, some fishiness, some obvious brine as well. Yeah, that rich soil note is really coming out as well. It's quite funky, it really is. I wasn't too sure what to expect, but the funkiness on this is really good, very interesting. Yeah, and the peat is there, but it's not like the main focus of attention. For me, the main focus is really that earthiness and the coastal element as well, along with the apples and pear. Bit of woodiness from the oak as well. And lots of vanilla too as well in the background there. Yeah, that's a very promising nose that I'm really looking forward to see what this actually tastes like. Right, let's just go straight for the taste and the palate and see what we get. Wow, there's a big whack of peat there at the end. Lovely bourbon notes coming out there, vanilla. Right, so onto the palate first. So it's a little bit oily, but I would say the mouthfeel is medium. It's not quite full-bodied, but medium. Initially, you're greeted with lots and lots of fruit. So I'm thinking pears, apples, and then some of the coastal elements come through as well. So getting some sea spray, some mussels, and then there's bacon as well. So quite strong actually on the mid palate. Bacon, barbecue meats, and then right on the finish, big whack of peat. Some smoke as well. More on the barbecuey side of peat, in my opinion. A little bit ashy. But there's notes of vanilla from, this is why I love a bourbon barrel. I love most spirits that are have been matured in a bourbon barrel. I generally favour bourbon barrels to other wine, other cask influences. It's just because you get that beautiful, beautiful vanilla right at the end there. And it just complements that smoke and peat so well. Finish is quite long. Trail of smoke, trail of peat. I think the only thing that I with this dram that I wish there was, I just wish that the mouthfeel was just a little bit more oilier, a little bit more, what's the word, viscosity? Yeah, I just wish it had a little bit more viscosity on it. But we'll try a few drops of water and just see what we get. So 2, 3, just 3 drops of water and see what we get now. That smoke is continuing on the palate, on the finish, and I'm still getting bacon as well in the aftertaste. Just gorgeous. Right, so let's just see what the few drops of water have done to the dram, if anything. Okay, so initially at its full strength, the peat was not as prominent on the nose as it is now with a bit of water. So immediately it again the roles are kind of reversed. So I'm getting more of the peat influence first, with those coastal elements too. There's still that rich earthy soil vibe going on. And the barnyard funk notes are certainly a bit more prominent now. So that manure smell is it's getting quite strong, which I love. I love that kind of influence in my drams. The fruit and the apples and the pear that I got on the nose initially, they've been pushed quite some bit. Yeah. It's kind of, the fruitiness of the dram has kind of been lost in all that peat and smoke and funkiness. And again, I think that I prefer this neat, just because I got more of the fruitiness first and then the peat, rather than the peat and all the other influences kind of obscuring those fruits. Yeah, a little bit industrial now, so a bit of metal. Yeah, quite an interesting dram, this one. Right, let's just have a wee taste and see what we get now, just with those few drops of water. And bacon and peat at the end there. So a little bit of medicinal now as well. I think the addition of water has not really helped it on the nose, but on the palate, I think it definitely has opened it up a wee bit. So initially on the palate, I'm getting those fruits, pear, some apricot, but now I'm getting quite a bit of citrus as well. So really a nice bite of lemon, almost like lemon and lime with a mix of salt. So it's become a bit more saltier now with that addition of water. The finish wise, still a load of peat, salt, vanilla, loads of vanilla at the end, and medicinal quality has come out a wee bit. So I'm definitely getting a bit of iodine, a sort of TCP kind of element that's come out. I didn't get that without the water, so that's interesting. Definitely a bit more medicinal on the taste. A lot more medicinal. That's very interesting, actually. But in aftertaste, I'm still getting, with the finish, I'm still getting some beautiful bourbon notes, so lovely vanillas, loads of peat, and as I said, that addition of more medicinal, definitely become more medicinal in my opinion with the water. I won't have a third sip. I'm just having a quick nose again. Yeah, even on the nose, it's definitely got that medicinal quality now that's come out. So I think I prefer this with a bit of water. As I say, on the nose, perhaps not, but on the palate, definitely. Definitely, and now a bit of mineral notes in the background as well, just showing themselves and making themselves known. Yeah, it still remains funky and farmy, with loads of soil and that manure influence that you either love or you hate, I guess. That's a lovely sample as well. I'm not too sure how I'm going to score this. So I think I'm going to give this one an 8. The Bruichladdich, I'm going to give this an 8.5. I'll change my mind. I would say it's equal to the Bruichladdich organic that I tried. Again, I don't know how much a bottle of this would cost, if you can even get it. Probably over 200 quid, it would be my guess, or there and thereabouts. But as a sample for me to taste, it's just great. I love most spirits that have that bourbon barrel influence, and this one's no exception. As I said, I prefer it with a few drops of water, not necessarily on the nose, but on the palate. Getting loads of fruit and loads of maritime influence along with the peat, and as I said, it becomes more medicinal with the addition of water. So that to me is a bit of a win, to be honest, and unexpected. I wasn't expecting that. But overall, just a beautiful, funky, farmy, peated maritime influence release that is highly enjoyable. And as I said, I would rank it pretty much up there with the Bruichladdich that I previously reviewed. I don't know if I would get a bottle of this though, but as a sample, as I've said before, great privilege to be able to try these. And that's it for the bourbon barrel influence drams. So the rest here, these are the 3 samples. We've also got another Octomore, Bruichladdich, and a Port Charlotte, but these are all wine casks. So I'm glad I got the bourbon casks out of the way so that I can get to try what the wine casks, see what notes I get from the wine casks. It will be very, very interesting, and I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. I mean, I do enjoy some, especially Longrow. I love Longrow Reds with the wine cask influences there, but I've had some other drams from other distilleries in the past where it does fall a bit flat with the wine cask influence. So it'll be interesting to see what we get with these ones. Okay. Right, guys, so as I said before, that's the Lochindaal 2007 12-year-old, and beautiful, just lovely. And as I said, I'm not too sure which one I'll review next. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, guys, so thanks for watching as usual, And if you enjoy my content, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. It is always appreciated. But as usual guys, not much else to say except have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care guys. Cheers.